By the end of this video, you will be able to snipe like a god on Modern Warfare 2. Just watch.
Yeah, it's so much better. Go.
Speed is everything, bro.
Now what's the word, Captain? I think I caught you lacking. There are 9 more layers that this hell's paying.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Eagle here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the best hidden settings and what you need to be doing differently to become an absolute sniping god in the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Firstly, what you want to have on your side is map knowledge. With map knowledge, you get very familiar with your surroundings and you can use them to your advantage. As you can see from this clip here, I will duck below the window, cock back my gun, and then duck above to kill someone again. This provides cover. This is called a passive play. You don't want to butt rush them all the time and be super aggressive, even though that is my main feature. Playing passive definitely helps out, and it's worked in this situation. Tip number 2 is being very familiar with your weapon. How fast does it aim? How fast does it rechamber? How many bullets does it have in the mag? In this clip, I'm using the SAB-50. This is the fastest marksman rifle in the game right now, and I know it's capable of being very fast, and you can hit damaging clips like this. Finally, my third and final tip before we get into the settings is I want you boys to stare at the center of your screen and get better at centering. It is the future of sniping, and if you want to get better, drag scoping will not get you anywhere. Also, try and avoid tack sprinting when possible. I only tack sprint out of spawn. I try not to do it when I'm like running or in the center of the hard point or anything crazy, because it does decrease your ADS, and other teams will probably kill you first before you can even get a shot off because the TTK is so low in this game. Now, some of these settings you don't have to copy. These are just some of my personal settings. Like for example, I don't play with controller vibration. I play 16:14 sensitivity. But for aim assist type, I play with my aim assist on. I've often thought about turning it off, but if the game's gonna give me aim assist, I may as well use it because it's very hard with the time to kill being that low. But I play with precision. I feel like precision is just really helpful, and you pair it with dynamic, it's just a good combination, and it just helps with centering, especially with my input dead zone. I haven't really touched any of these. I've only changed the left and right stick min to 0.14, so not a huge change there, but it's definitely slightly noticeable in my movements. Make sure you've got your automatic airborne mantle and automatic ground mantle off. You don't want any of that crap on. And also just make sure you do not have your automatic tactical sprint on. Try not to tactical sprint. I'm telling you, if you guys are trying to snipe, you are shooting yourself in the foot because it takes longer ADS, and with the TTK being so low in this game, you don't want any less ADS decreases. Trust me on this one, guys. With my graphics settings, again, this is obviously just optional. You don't have to copy these. I thought I'd just go through them while I'm at it. Depending what your PC is, I'm running a 3080. I've got all my graphics on pretty much low, just so I can get more of an FPS boost. Really, with the upscaling and sharpening, you want to run the fidelity cast, as it makes your game sharper and clearer, and you're able to see name tags better. This is a really important one, so make sure you're running the fidelity cast on this setting, lads. I've got my FOV on 110. Just because you can max out your FOV to 120 doesn't mean you want to do that. There's a good balance in between, especially being on controller. 110 definitely is the move, lads. I've got my ADS field of view independent. I don't really want it maxing out when I'm ADSing, and my weapon field of view on wide. That makes my gun smaller. I can see more of the screen. I feel like this is a really nifty feature you could be using. Also, make sure your first and third person camera movement is set to least on 50%. You don't want your camera bouncing around all over the place while you're trying to center, while you're trying to look in on kids jumping and sliding all over the place. This is not something you want happening while you're trying to drop feeds. Really quick, this is pretty much the most important setting for my snipers out there watching right now. I have turned my crosshairs off. You're probably wondering why I've done this. If you scroll further down, make sure your crosshairs is off. Scroll further down, and I've got my center dot turned on, and I've just got it on the default size. You can make it larger or largest, but I'll show you guys in a second what that actually does. That leaves just the center dot on at all times. So when you're YYing, when you're swapping guns, when you're jumping, whatever you're doing, the center dot stays planted in the middle of your screen, so you can better center at all times, so you can just hone in on that dot. It's super helpful. But I hope these settings work for you guys, because these are the best settings currently for me. I have a ton of super cool clips and highlights for the rest of the video, so be sure to stick around. Enjoy the rest of the video. Deuces. Ooh, I'll take that.
Yeah, unlock it.